Hi, I'm Stacey J and this is my studio. Welcome back to anyone who's been watching me and welcome to anybody who is new. Today is Friday Sews. It's a hashtag Friday Sews. It's a little group that's got together, did I say little? Huge group of people that have got together to talk about their epic sewing journeys along for anyone else to watch. Please don't hesitate to pop out and, after you've watched this, pop out and check out the hashtag Friday Sews and see all around the world you'll find amazing people who sew and their sewing journeys. So what we do in our sewing journal, Mr. Christopher is outside hunting for a nozzle for his silicone to stop our shower from leaking. So anyway, if you've never met me before, Mr. Christopher is my partner and I call him that because that is his name. So last Friday, I let you guys know that we were heading up to Fielding. We had a little bit of an issue of a gas leak somewhere and did not know how long it was going to be for Mr. Christopher to fix it. It wasn't that long, but it got us up to Fielding, which was about an hour 55 away. It got us here about 6 o'clock at night. We weren't catching up with Queenie straight away. They were going out to dinner with some people that had taught them when they had their Robert Harris Cafe, did their training with them. They were down in Fielding. I remember the day that we actually went up and visited them when the kids were little. So this is many years ago and way before Mr. Christopher came on the scene. Anyway, so we went up to Fielding and we caught up with Queenie the next day. I just thought I'd pause that because Mr. Christopher came through the room. He's found his nozzle. Anyway, so we went up there. The first race day was Saturday. It was a beautiful sunny day. I'm actually going to stick me in my shorts that I made, my little face shorts and my blue top that I made. I was pretty stoked. Felt very pretty in them. Pretty sexy. I don't know. I had my wedge heels on because if I walk around in flat shoes, it actually really hurts my back and I literally can't walk for about 3 days. Yay me. So I got to wear heels everywhere. And I tell you what, just saying, just putting it out there, a race car track and heels, it's not really the norm. It's usually sneakers or trainers, whatever you guys call them. And we actually had a grass verge we walked up to get to the top of the seats. And I walked in them in heels. They were like flat shoes. I mean, I was comfortable and I knew that I would be comfortable that particular day and the next day. So the place we stayed at was a little room in a house, which was a little more in the house than I realised when I booked the Airbnb. But it was all right. The lady was absolutely lovely. We had a great day at the races. We came home relatively early, had a rest up, and then we shot out to Queenie's Airbnb for dinner. We had a inside barbecue dinner. Inside because apparently it was warm outside. I didn't think so, but I don't think it's warm ever, so it's all good. And Sunday, there was some serious nerve-wracking racing, not dangerous. There was a crash at the beginning of the first, hi Mum. There was a crash at the beginning of the first race on the second day, and Joshua had gone ahead of 4 cars in front of him, but they had to start from the grid again, so it sort of put a little slumber on that, and it was very nail-biting, like possum, and I'm a hollerer, so I was yelling that out, but poor Queenie was in front of me and I had my hands on just resting gently on her shoulders, and then it just started gripping and massaging and sort of thing. So it was really good. Got some good photos. Had a great time. Spent some awesome time with Queenie, and we headed home. Got home, I think maybe just on 5 o'clock. I think just on 5 o'clock. And Victoria had been looking after the dogs, and she was so very stoked to see us. So, yep. And she started uni on Tuesday, which was also today. Now, it is today. Today is Thursday, but it will come out to you tomorrow morning, or my tomorrow morning, Friday at 6 o'clock in the morning, which will be Thursday evening for other places in the other parts of the world. Why am I doing it today? I'm doing it today because my mother has an appointment I would like to attend with her. So I'm going to take her to this particular appointment. Yeah, so I will not be here all day tomorrow. So, yep. So what have I got up to this week? This week I have done mostly not me things. I have done alterations. And hardly any, I believe. So I did watch on Tuesday morning, which was Monday evening in America. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon in America, in Michigan. I did watch Angela Wolf. Angela Wolf did a hack of a t-shirt. Actually, one of her patterns, which is called the Ruched Tee. I have that pattern. I did not use that pattern, but I have that pattern. If you haven't seen anything to do with Angela Wolf, make sure you get over and have a look. She's got fantastic patterns. I've made her jeans pattern. I've done her tunic. I've done her, one of my make nines is her Chloe trench coat. So very much love Angela's patterns. She's body type's quite very similar to mine. So it's cool. And I'm going to just show you. So she talked about getting a shirt, a t-shirt, and hacking it and putting ruching in it in different places. So it was a fun thing, and I decided to find a t-shirt pattern which was easy to grab than my ruched tee because it's in one of those big rolls, and I'm so used to them all being folded now. I just don't want to undo the rolls. Best I save up some dollareros and decide whether or not I'm going to get them all printed off flat. Oh, my phone is just going off berserko-ness. Berserko. So there was, now this is the Fashion Sewing Club, so this is a special club. I've been a member of this club for since it started. I've been following Angela Wolf for over 11 years, probably 12 years, maybe even longer. And I enjoy her personality, really good personality, amazing skills. When she left school, she went and did fashion. I didn't do that. I went and joined the military and defended my country. Oh, well. Well, I defended Australia. Then I defended New Zealand. But so I love watching her. I love, I understand everything she's saying. I get it. It's really good fun. I also like her as a person. So I've stayed a member of the Fashion Sewing Club. It's an annual membership. So worth it. Well, I think it's worth it. Actually, there's times I don't, just because of the clock, the time that some of the meetings are, it's a different time to me. But I have my gorgeous Karina over in Norway who texts me usually half an hour before the live starts and say, live in half an hour. So she's my clock. It's terrible when I wake up at like 6 o'clock and it happened at 5. So that, yeah, makes it a bit difficult. So that was good. I looked at that, and then I spent the entire day hacking a pattern and finding some scrap fabric that I wanted to use to do it. And then I decided I did not like what I was doing, so I left it. There you go. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, what did I do on Wednesday? Here's my little project planner. And this is what the top was meant to look like. So a t-shirt that came across like a faux crossover top with a little hack there. And I just used Quick Sew 2686, which is a standard V-neck t-shirt. So that's what I was doing. I'm going to sneeze. The other thing I did on Tuesday is I did a Learn to Sew vlog. So I went through and I talked about your basic essentials that you should have when you start sewing, and it makes life a lot easier, and threw in a few of the niceties to have when you are sewing as well. I sort of just want to start a little Learn to Sew vlog, and I want to just do it bare basics. So understand if you don't watch that, if you know somebody who wants to sew and you feel that they are a good vlog, please don't hesitate to let them know. I'm doing it because I think I love sewing. So people find it very intimidating, and I don't want it to be intimidating for people. So yeah, that's why I'm doing that. Like I said, I understand if you aren't new to sewing and you are well in the world of sewing, I'm probably just, well, what's the saying? I'm telling you to suck eggs, basically. So I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that for anybody. I'm just doing it for people that would like to learn to sew. I'm uncomfortable in my chair. I'm just getting comfortable. My little squeaky chair. Okay, so then I had Wednesday. That's right, because today's Thursday. I kept thinking I'm missing a day, and I haven't missed a day. I got a text later at night on Tuesday night saying, my partner needs some pants by Friday. Yes, I know, last minute. I said, yep, send him in. And so he came in, hemmed his pants for him. He's a happy camper. And I also, right, funny story, got a phone call the other day. I think it was Tuesday, and it was the gentleman that works at the council, the dog control, and I instantly got my back up. I'm like, I didn't say it to him. I was just like prepared. What could have happened this time? And he actually makes steampunk hats, the top hats. He decorates them and makes them up for people and certain things. Now I'm going to put up here what I did for him, but he's South African, so his accent was super not understanding what he meant. I thought he wanted to cover a bed head. I don't know why I thought that. Anyway, he shows up with his top hat and totally straight away I went, this is what I'm going to do. And he goes, oh, okay. So he heads off. Now, I am procrastinating on something, an alteration I need to do, because when I do an alteration, I want it to leave the room like it came into the room. So I don't want it to look, unless I'm changing a dress into a skirt or changing a dress into a top. That's different. But if I'm just shortening the sleeves, I want the sleeves to be perfect when they leave the room. So slightly procrastinating on something. So yay, I got to procrastinate a bit longer, and I made the sleeve top that goes over this particular hat. So that was really interesting. I'd never thought about steampunk before. It had not entered my mind, had not entered my brain, knew nothing whatsoever fully about it. And then actually one of the men's hair salons, is that what is? Do we call them barbers or do we call them his? Anyway, Blades. I actually know the owner of Blades. His name's Craig. His wife used to play the piano for the children's choir. So, know them. Anyway, so he made one for in there. So I was really quite intrigued. So I did Google them. So if you haven't, you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, Google steampunk hats. And they are funky. They are really, really cool. So I made this thing up, texted him, said it's done, and he was extremely excited that I just whooped up this thing and came up with a template. So next time it comes in, so they're roughly about the same size the hats are, so it just slips over the top. So I was pretty happy with it. So got a kind of set price when he wants it done, so he can add that to his cost of what he charges that, which is fantastic. So funny story. All this trouble, I've got new clients out of it. It's all a little bit funny. This feeling I know. I'm not one of those let easily show. Just kidding. Right, enough of that one. Right, so then this morning I did a lot of homework on the coats, on my coat vlog I'm going to do. I've got pages and pages of information. I've got patterns. I've got all sorts of things. I also have my coats laying around the house. This is why I need to do this. And plus, tomorrow is the last day of summer for New Zealand. Hopefully, it doesn't realise that. And it hangs on for a little bit longer, because it took until February to have summer. So I'll be quite content if we have summer until April, beginning of May. I really would be quite content with that. I don't think Queenie would, but I would be very, very content. So that will be coming up. I have thought about doing it tomorrow, but again, I am strapped for time. I've got a client picking up something that I met her on Monday, finished it on Monday, and yeah. So I'm turning around my stuff real fast. Oh, I said no today. I got a phone call from a lady who got my name from Lincraft, asked me to make a dress. And I said, I'm sorry, I just don't do that anymore. So yeah, imagine that. I said no. And I explained it's because of the stress. People don't understand how much work goes into making a bespoke item, and they don't understand the costs of what accompanies that particular item or that make. So yeah, there you go. I said no. Stacey said, nah, nay, no way. But she was really lovely about it, and I did feel super guilty. I almost said, if you have no luck, call me back and I will. I didn't. So yeah. So that happened. And yeah, so that's about my week really. Next week, I need to show you the top. I do have the top. I'll put some photos here because I did take a couple of photos off the top that I want to say whipped up, but that makes me sound like a bit of a prong. But so this is the shirt, the t-shirt. Okay, and it's got the ruffle down there. And it's so soft, the fabric. It was a remnant, and I got it from the Fabric Warehouse, which is now closed down. And I believe that was when Mum and I got the key to the city. We got the key to the Fabric Warehouse when the Fine Cloth Company had opened on its opening day, and Stephen put the key in my hand and said, go and get $3 a metre, because he said, if you come back on this day, blah blah blah. And I sort of said, okay. And he goes, actually, and he gave me the key, and he goes, it's all $3 a metre. All I need you to do is cut what you want, write down what you've taken, and I'll charge you here. And I said, are you sure? And he goes, yep. So total faith in me and things like that. And this was like, I don't know how much was there, but it was a remnant. And he threw that in for nothing. So it's quite a soft, lovely fabric. I have not, so that the neckline, because I had to do the front neckline first, and I wrapped that around, so that will just go down, and I'll just cover stitch that like I cover stitched this. So, and it just sits nicely on my chest too. It just sits really lovely. And I've got to do the sleeves, and I've got to do the hem. So, and yeah, like I said, I'll pop some photos here of me in my skirt wearing it while I'm talking to you about wearing it. Today I'm wearing the Bonnie by Stylark, the Bonnie blouse from Stylark. It's got the buttons down the back. There. Okay, now the one thing I did differently to the Bonnie is I didn't want a round neck. I don't want that. I split it, changed the facing, and made a little V. And it falls whichever way it wants to. So this is my tiger top with the little epaulets. Yeah, that's what they're called. So yeah, that's my Bonnie. And my skirt is the one that I made, my skirtage, with the drop waist and the full skirt. And yes, so that is me today with my little pockets. Gotta love it. And my heels, of course. But yeah, so it's a beautiful day out there. Yesterday decided to be cloudy and rain, and today is not. This is why my weeds in my garden are so tall. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it. Plus I can't stand weeding, don't like to garden, and yeah. So that is everything for today. I think that's my full week. Next week, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not even going to pretend I know what I'm doing. All I know is that next Friday, I've got another date with my mum. So you might get this again on a Thursday, or I might just forget. I don't know. But please look out for the coats vlog about, like I said, tomorrow is our last day of summer, heading into those cooler months, and then getting thrown into the cold months. Okay. And yeah, we're going to go through my coats that I currently own, be both ready to wear and made for me. And then we're going to talk about some of the coats that are out and what the difference is with coats. And then I've got some coat companies that sell patterns for coats. And I just got a whole heap of stuff I'm just going to be talking at you, okay, and showing you coats. You might be heading into your warm months, but a coat's a coat, for sure. Okay, everybody, I would like you to take care. I'd like you to stay well, stay warm, stay dry, keep cool, keep on sewing, hydrate. I'm literally looking at my bottle over there that has that much water left in it. And have no regrets. Can't think of any. Just saying. So the white blouse I made my daughter, you know, the one I dropped the blood on? Well, I soaked it. Well, I didn't soak it. I just sprayed it. Blood came out because my blood's pure. Sliced my finger yesterday, bled like a beast. Anyway, so I got the blood out, got it all ready. She took it away with her on Monday when she went to her father's. Tuesday morning, she wakes up. She's having avocado and tomato on toast in her white blouse, and she wears it. So I just hope it's getting soaked out. I just hope he can clean it as good as I can, because it's a neat wee blouse. I'm going to make the other one a little bit longer. This is the blouse I'm talking about. If you don't remember, if you didn't watch it, the little black one there, but white. And the next one is going to be in this. I'm going to have to do some matching, aren't I? I don't really want to do matching. She won't know it's not matched. She's going to university. They won't know it's not matched. Yep, no, she's not going to Whitecliffe. She's going to Victoria University and learning philosophy. Right then, everybody, thank you very much for watching and tuning in and being part of my life. It's been fantastic. Love it. If you would like to see the coats or hear more about beginning to sew or learn to sew, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. It would be awesome if you do. Like I said last week, if you haven't seen Nikki from Sew and Snip, oh, Nikki, I hope I got that right. I will link it below. Please pop over and see her. Her makes are absolutely beautiful. I believe we have a challenge on, and it's not sewing. When I showed you guys into my cupboard, I had some macramé, wherever you say it, however you say it, and if you say it. One of those two words, pick one, don't care. And she said that she had some doing absolutely nothing in her cupboard as well. And I said, let's make a deal. End of March, Nikki. Have I started? No. Do I know what colour I'm going to use? Yes. Do I know what I'm going to make? No. Oh, and Karina, don't hesitate to join in and make that thing you showed me when you sent me that text of that picture. That would be amazing. Not by the end of March, darling. I'd never do that to you because it's beautiful. Anyway, everyone, thank you very much. And don't. I want to thank anyone who has given me a donation, my little love donations. Don't forget, if I get a love donation, I actually send out a copy of my, what is this thing called? My sewing planner, my sewing journal. I sent one out this week. Okay. So it's yours, PDF. Just print it off as many times as you like. I've actually filled it. I was talking to somebody today that said that they have a habit of all intentions of filling it out in their studio, and then no. Last year, as I said to her, I said just my fabric swatch holes just had fabric stuck on it, and I hadn't gone and followed through with any of the writings. That's why you guys never got told what I'd made last year. But this year, look at me. Look at me. Oh, there is fabric on there. I've even put the wedding dress and the mother of the groom stuff in here. I just wanted to feel like I'd made something. Okay, everyone, I'm going to be quiet now because I have just rambled on for the last 2 minutes. I want you to take care, and I'll see you next time I am looking at you.
Subscribe, like, and share, just to let me know that you care.